name Scott. I kept saying, "Go live, Scott. Go live." He's like, "We got time. I can."
We were been sitting here talking back and forth. All of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh crap! It's 9:01."
Yeah, we were just like, "Well, we got a great idea," and then he was like, "Ooh." He said he didn't say crap. He said something else. What do we got going on?
By the way, too, it was I think it was Rob. I was talking to Rob, Whiskey in the Six, and Jeremy, Sipper Social Club, and they had done a live. And after it had posted, they got a notification from YouTube that because of the swearing in the video, they could not monetize it.
Yeah, you got to watch who's swearing.
So I think we do a pretty good job of that for the most part anyway. Once in a while, something slips out. But
right. You'll say shnikes or something.
Yeah.
We're pretty good. I've got a buddy on the board game side. He doesn't want to use game titles if they have Hitler's name in it. I'm like, that's the title. You can call it that. But he's afraid that it's going to get flagged because of that. Now, since we don't have Hitler on this show, we could get demonetized because I've said it twice.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, breaking her in early from Eric W. Cheers, Eric. Appreciate it.
I've got a coin here from Forgate. That's what I'm going to use.
I pulled out it's Bourbon Nights. So
that's a good one.
I was just talking to Bart and talking about, with all the quarantines, all the stay-at-home orders, live streams have been doing pretty good. A lot of people sitting around the house don't have much to do, bored, they're tuning in more, and we might have to see what we get going. But let's start off this upcoming. Actually, we'll talk about it now and then later as well when there's more people in here. This upcoming Friday, we actually have 2 live streams. We double booked. And I believe it's 5 p.m. Central Time is the first one. We're going to be on Tomatin's channel. Scott Adamson over there has been doing, because of the lockdowns there and working from home, he really got Tomatin's channel going, up doing live streams. They did a whiskey festival yesterday that Roy Aquavite hosted.
I saw that.
Had I think 900 people tuning into this deal.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now next Friday though isn't that big of a deal. I'm not for sure what other guests are going to be on, but Scott Adamson did invite us on. I think that's 5 p.m. Central. I want to say
he did say I could yell German.
Yes,
I could do a lot of schnell. Was ist los? Nicht ist los.
And then at 8 p.m. Central Time, we are doing a charity fundraiser along with Dalmore, a Dalmore virtual tasting and a fundraiser for the American Nurses Association, raising funds to help out some of the nurses out there in this time, these critical times, I guess we could say. And all the funds raised will go directly to the American Nurses Association.
That is good.
Yeah. But it'll be a virtual tasting of the Dalmore 12, 18-year cigar malt, King Alexander, the 25-year, and Portwood.
Boom. Ring that bell, baby. Ring it. Cheers.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers to Brian.
Brian Nemec. Is that how you pronounce that? I haven't seen you tune in before, Brian, but thanks.
So I'm drinking the Balcones Texas Single Malt Whiskey. This is not the numero uno, not the number one that we had first, but I love their single malt. This is 53% ABV. Of course, it's out of Waco, Texas, and they're really bringing it. They do bourbons and ryes as well, but I'm digging their single malts.
They like for you to pronounce it wacko.
Right. And for their name, they like to call it bulk cones.
That's a double C, double hard C in there. Bulk cones.
Right. I guess it'd be ball cones is what they would prefer.
Yeah, ball cones.
Somehow we're getting demonetized.
I did pour a little bit yesterday. We put out a review on the new Paul John Nirvana whiskey, a very nice entry bottle from them at 40% ABV and $29.95 retail price. it's going to be one of the better $29 bottles you can find.
Oh, bar none. I actually had a 4-ounce sample bottle that you poured me, and I still had some left over. Poured it while we were watching the last of The Mandalorian. Hello, I finished it. And it's phenomenal. I immediately thought, next time I'll go over at your place, I got to bring back the 4-ouncer and go fill it up, bartender, fill it up. That's a good one. I'll go buy my own, really, at $29.95.
Yep. Let's go through a little bit of a. You want to do a roll call?
Roll call.
Roll call it. Loch Ness is tuning in. Eric W. Graham Frazier. Mark Goins. Too slow. High five. Too slow. On the low. Too slow.
Goodness.
Chris Beaton. Keith, the Malted Man Cave. Scotch on the Bayou. Lee is here. Fight for Sound. Luis Sanchez.
Danny E is in.
Dan E. Uncle Nate drinks whiskey. Great name. I love that one.
That is a good one.
You can't forget that one. Uncle Nate drinks whiskey.
It evokes a picture. You can kind of see Uncle Nate.
Yep. Keith Davis is here. Jason Coates up from Manhattan. Spencer Mav.
How about the Linux Cat? Same deal.
Linux Cat. Yeah. Alex No Ander 88. Tom R.
Ooh,
Richie Z.
the Z.
Daniel Willis down in Oklahoma City.
I see Eric Evanson is in, and I'm so used to running these on the board game side, I can't click his little post there.
By the way, I got a nice little package from Eric showed up the other day. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. We'll be some of these will be coming around the 13 years Chivas Regal Manchester United edition.
Love it. He's a board game crossover too. Love ya.
And Dram Gooish.
Ooh.
This is a peated, I think kind of a budget kind of entry level peat model. So, and then a couple little sample bottles from Eric as well.
You can just come in. You can just come right in there.
Christopher Malloy is here. Doug Tempest, Guy Davis, Mark Brown, Eric Gilbert, Chad Adams.
Look at that.
Go Colts US.
Oh, goodness. What's that?
Broteen. When are we testing Wee Beastie? As soon as we can find that one. That's the 5-year art big.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that shows up like the Black Committee release did in early. Soon.
I like that it's 5.
Doug Chrisope is here. Yeah, I bet you it's a good one. I haven't seen or heard anything on it yet, but Austin Gardner is tuning in. Gregor is here. Chad Adams, Ron's Wood Turning Shop, Malted in Montreal, there's Swami, Rebecca Page, Brian W.
Claire the Third is in.
Dolph, the Spirit of Edmonton.
Did you already say Claire the Third earlier?
I did not. I do not. I don't think so. Mine just jumped on me, my scroll over here. So there's Scotty Harrison, Ben Demon Hunter, Taste and Sensibility, Isaac Mittendorf.
I like the mitt.
Brian Brennicky, Cleveland Kid 66. Haven't seen Cleveland Kid tune in before. Thanks. Zach Andrews, Aiden Dehinosa.
Perfect pronunciation.
Yep, that's what I would say. Dehinosa.
I don't know where.
Logan Ferguson. Rob Klumpstra. We got quite a few people tuning in. The CIS admin, James Edwards.
How about
I apologize. Jesse Rigenauer.
That's what I was gonna go for Jesse there because he yelled out, "Hey guys!" He yelled it. He did better than that.
Dan, he's kind of asking as far as coronavirus is going here. The state of Kansas, we've been pretty lucky so far, pretty mild. I think there's 600 and some documented cases.
We've been ticking up.
Do what?
Our county's been ticking up though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna.
We're big.
As far as the police department, nobody there yet. We don't have any positive cases, officers or family members yet. One jail deputy has been had a positive test. He's actually a lieutenant. I don't even know what he's doing. He must be
really?
hanging out. Yeah, he's hanging out with the wrong sort, off duty or something. Ben Sacro is tuning in.
At least that's what I was told. I was told it was a lieutenant who doesn't even actually spend time with the prisoners. So they were like, "What? How'd you get it?" I could be wrong.
Aiden or Adon says I need to work on my Spanish. I do. I apologize.
I'm
Scott
very-
Teague. We used to work with a Scott Teague.
Yes, we did.
I think that's probably a different one. Michael Campbell's tuning in. All right.
I will say we had a Corona patrol problem. We had officers go out and the person was quarantined. And EMS was told, but we didn't get it because they said we're not certified with HIPAA. So we got guys out quarantined because they didn't get told. And we're sending a letter to the director of health saying that has been waived, especially for first responders. They can tell us that. So we'll see what happens there. I just reviewed that letter the other day and it should be going out. Well, I reviewed it today. It should be going out tomorrow. Yeah, that was irritating. So
Scotch on the Bayou Lee says, stay at home, everyone. This is a mess down here in Louisiana. Yep, they are in the middle of it down there now. And if you haven't watched it, Samuel Jackson has a great little clip out on a book he wrote that's called Stay the F at Home.
Ooh, we almost got demonetized, right?
It's pretty good. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, I've not watched it yet, but somebody sent it to me. Heck, you might have been the one. I don't know.
Just stay the F at home.
There was a guy that I follow on Facebook. He sent a picture of him wearing a mask saying, just stay home. There's no need to go out. And he's in his car and he's out.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And people right away were like, why are you sending me this when you're out? And he was like, well, for clarification purpose, I had a need. Maybe next time you want to send that message when you're in. I was like, wow. I mean, you can see like right out the side window, he's driving or parked somewhere. I'm like, what kind of message are you sending?
Just remembered I can turn on a comment. So there it is. Richard Agnew. Haven't seen Richard Agnew tune in before? Watched Roy earlier on. Now watching the dummies. Life is good.
Great. Let's see. What else we got? Actually, man, I was out on another deal where they're using a rifle. Nobody's hit, but they dumped 34 .223 rounds over 3 blocks, brother. That's it. That requires a reload. I'm like, what is going on?
Is this the same one from the other night that you had to stay late on, or different one?
Different one. 2 Fridays in a row. Last Friday, it was the Friday before last, it was 32 rounds of 7.62. Now it's 36 rounds of 2.23. I was like, dang. I got off on time for that one. Oh, Zach Andrews.
Thank you, Zach. We met Zach down in Austin.
Yep. Good
Come
man.
on. Come on, everyone. Smash the like button for the dummies.
Woo.
That is one thing with the stay-at-home orders. Gang members and criminals have not been abiding by that.
I was stunned. I was like, you guys, why are you not following the order? You're out here shooting rifles at people. You should be following the order. Now, I will say, if everybody followed the order, we'd catch them quick. It'd be like, there's a car. Stop it.
Yeah. It'd be the only one out.
Yeah. They wouldn't know who to even go shoot at. Or they would know every house they shot at would be full. One of the two, but yeah. So.
Michael Campbell's asking what we're drinking tonight. Right now, I'm just going, I've got the Paul John Nirvana, which we just released yesterday, our review of it. Very nice entry-level bottle from Paul John. It just came out. Bart's got a Balcones.
Yep, a Balcones.
Balcones.
And it's the Texas single malt, but I'm getting ready to. When this is gone, I'm going to switch off to this Glen Scotia Campbelltown if I can get it to not glare there. I don't know if I can. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the good one.
Yeah, that's a good
That was
one.
from Matthias.
Matthias, our American German friend.
Now, let's do this, Bart. So a couple weeks now, stay-at-home order in effect here. Of course, plenty of whiskey here to go with. I'd actually slayed a couple of heels. I threw them out, and I was like, I should be keeping those and maybe do a post someday. But I'll just a couple bottles that have been killed off. The Dickel 13-year bottled in bond.
You could call it a COVID death.
Yeah, COVID. These a very honorable COVID death here for Powers 3 Swallows.
Maybe that's not sensitive, though. I should be careful.
Well, and the wife has helped with a couple of these. Redbreast Lustau. Those are all dead. Dead, I tell you. The horror. The agony. Hazelburn 13 Oloroso got killed off. And that's it so far. So
I killed a heel slayed a Stranahan's yesterday. And when the fridge went out, you know what whiskey I kept in my fridge, don't you?
Oh no, the White Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yep. And turns out there was a lot more in there than I thought. I tried to finish it off and I poured it out and I was like, ooh, I can't drink all that. In it went. So it's going to be warm White Walker, which is not good.
Friday, Mark Gillespie was live. He did a live with a couple of authors. He had Lou Bryson on, Davin DeCurgamo, and Ian Buxton, maybe something like that. And so he was talking, though, and he'd gone on, and towards the end of it, if anybody go catches Mark Gillespie Whiskey Cast live stream on YouTube from Friday,
Spoiler.
About 30 minutes from the end or so, they get into, they're like, somebody asked a comment. They said, what's the worst whiskey you've ever had? So they were going through naming a few. And of course, Johnny Walker is a sponsor of Mark Gillespie's Whiskey Cast. And he always has a commercial for White Walker during his podcast. So I typed in there, I go, Mark will not show this comment, ... White Walker. So sure enough, he does, though. He goes, the boys over at the Scotch Test Dummies, they think I won't show this comment, White Walker. And so the authors, they're laughing at him. He's like, let me go get my bottle. He goes, I'm going to have a drink of that. And he gets up and leaves, and they go, oh, God, here's a word from his sponsor.
I don't mind it if it's chilled, but I will tell you that's the only whiskey I've ever said that about. It's better, very chilled, and I get a berry note on it. I really do. But if it's not chilled, it's just not nearly as good.
Loch Ness pinned that one down. Makes for, I don't know, it's not even high enough ABV. You'd have to distill it again.
Yeah, it's only 40%.
Hand sanitizer might taste better.
Well, maybe, I don't know. 65% you got to hit with the hand sanitizer. That's pretty good high proof.
I've got 2 more heel slays I started working on last night. Breckenridge port cask finish and Orphan Barrel Gifted Horse. I started working on them to kill those off.
Now, speaking of Balcones, we haven't done a review yet, but this is their peated Texas single malt. So it's this, but it's peated, and it's got a little bow on it, which I've left on there, and I shall continue to leave on there.
Yeah, that came on there, actually.
Yep. So that's something we'll be doing a review of at some point.
We did. So, yeah, if you watched yesterday's review of the Paul John, we did this. It was this format right here. We're keeping our social distance, and Bart was at home. I was here. We just traded samples, basically, of whiskeys. And that's what I think it was Tom R. pointed out, that my bottle of Paul John had been hit pretty good.
Yes.
Already. But, I poured off a 4-ounce bottle, though, for Bart to take home for the review.
I got to tell you, Scott is afraid when I come over to pick up samples. I always try to close in about 3 feet. He's like, back up.
He did. He was like a close talker, and I had to keep my distance. Like, we were going around the breakfast bar in the kitchen.
I wanted to give him a little brother hug, and he was like, get back. What are you doing? I'm like, what?
And he was at work. You were in uniform. You were working and stuff. And I'm like, get away, dude.
I was filthy. I think I'd just been out in some bad meth house or something. You know, they had the COVID. I was shedding. I was just like, no. He's like, you want to wash your hands? Nope.
Zach Andrews says the peated Balcones is wonderful. Mm-hmm. Well, look at his. Can you see his picture over there? He's at.
Ooh, look at that.
He's got the 5th anniversary T-shirt on. I was down in Austin.
That's limited. Look at that. You only got that shirt if you were here.
Well, or you bought it. You had to buy a ticket.
That's true. That's true. You just had to buy a ticket. You didn't necessarily have to show up. Just buy a ticket. We did have a few people buy a ticket even though they couldn't come. That was nice. Good point. Yeah, that's a great picture. Look how it stair steps too. Bing, bing, bing. Bart's spreading the Rona. Yeah, my boy and I were talking about what would be the catchphrase nickname. Rona seems to be sticking. I said, you got the vid. That doesn't seem, it's too close to video. I think Rona is going to be the one that hangs around. The vid 16 sounds kind of good. So.
Raster's tuning in. What's going on, Raster? Don't yell, Bart. Don't yell. He doesn't want classified details, but he assumes we have to go to work because we are essential. Yeah. Bart is still on patrol. He's uniformed, so he's working every day. I'm in investigations. We've actually been released. We're doing what we can from home with limited intervention at our city building, City Hall, which is being closed.
You should be working a fraud on Scott.
I would not go that far.
All I know is I think he's wearing Bermuda shorts while at work. That's not allowed in our profession. It seems too happy.
I will tell you, my wife was not too happy the first night I come out and I was wearing my joggers and I had on a t-shirt and I go, hey, does this look okay for work tomorrow? And she's like,
yeah, right. Boom. Yep. I know. So we got a couple officers last week before even all the mask stuff went official. They started wearing them in the building all the time. Now, one guy though, he's wearing his mask and he's continually reaching in, pulling it down, pulling it up. I'm like, you're defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he was an early adopter of the mask. I kept telling him it's because he was 58. I go, you're already in the risk group. He's an older fella.
Mm-hmm. Drew Bills is tuning in, and Kenny Mule now. I see them, and Logan Ferguson.
Drew was part of the Piano Man 5th anniversary. That was magical.
Oh yeah, hell of a piano player.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I mean, heck of a piano player. Please don't monetize us.
Hell will get you okay. That'll be all right. Yeah, piano. It was awesome.
Ben Demon Hunter's got to go. See you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Bye, man. It has been interesting, though, because I was out on a whole different shooting, and the witness came up, and he was being super friendly, and I kind of went to, pat him on the shoulder, and he was like, whoa, whoa, and he did me an elbow bump. I was like, good call, brother. He came over to let me know that the victims are oftentimes suspects of other crimes. I said, oh, I know. So.
Sonny C says, you gentlemen be careful out there, okay? We need the Scotch test dummies around. I agree. I hope to be around for a while yet, too. So.
Yeah, we'll see. If the Rona gets me, I'd be stunned. I always figured it'd be 5 guys with masks. Not me not wearing a mask.
Jesse, would you say Regenauer or is that a soft G or a hard G? Regenauer or Regenauer? Former law enforcement here. Glad to be done with it. Glad you two are still out there. I've got 3 to 5 years left, I say. So
I got 5 to 8. I like it. I'll work it as long as the body can take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Well, that'd be 8 years.
You could. I was going to say. Well, okay. There at the most, yeah.
Right, because that's my max. Bart needs a custom Scotch dummies mask. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
We could use a bandana, or I hear a scarf. A scarf works good. I could be at work with my own dummy scarf. Frowned upon.
Oh wow! I messed up my Spanish name earlier. I'm not going to attempt Jonas here.
Jonas, that's good enough.
And to, I said, anyway,
On
have you guys tried Glenlivet 12 2007 twin cask or seen it anywhere? Tried it a few weeks ago. It's probably one of the best whiskeys he's ever tasted. Have not seen that and have not had it. So,
ooh, I like Scotch on the Bayou says I need a manga mask. Be like this, but up here. Boom. I don't know where I'd get the material. Nice. Raster. I like designing chips. Officer work can be dangerous. Yeah, he's a chip designer. And he doesn't mean these kind of chips either. Although these are good chips to design right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Let's see where to go. Eric, help Eric choose his second pour between Compass Box Oak Cross or Loch Lomond 18.
Go with the 18 Loch Lomond.
There you go. Ron's Wood Turning Shop has a good
advice
for you.
Oh, a terrible idea. Terrible.
You could fashion the whole dummy kingdom out there if you cut up one of those things.
It'd be a terrible idea. Look at that. This is a work of art. You can't even find these anymore.
All right. Let's hit again this upcoming Friday. Two things. At 5 o'clock, we're going to be live on Tomatin's channel. Scott Adamson over there started doing lives with the lockdowns over there, working from home. 8 o'clock at night on our channel, we're doing a fundraiser and a Dalmore virtual tasting. We're having all the Dalmore reps come on. We're going to go through the 12-year, the 18-year, the Portwood, the Cigar Malt, the King Alexander, and the 25-year. And we'll be raising funds for the American Nurses Association.
Good one. So, Rob, I would ticket you, but only in Kansas. You'd be free in Texas, brother. I'd be right there with you.
Dolphin Spirit of Edmonton. Good night, gentlemen. Been a blast on screen and here in the comments. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, we all got body cams, so it'd be a setup. Wow, Claire the Third, Dalmore sucks. I don't think it sucks. I wish the proof was a little higher.
Just because it's not a BTAC edition bottle. Raster, $10. You guys are the best. Cheers. Thank you, Raster. Appreciate it.
No, Raster wouldn't get a ticket. Free and clear, baby. Free and clear.
Logan Ferguson, he's got some Balcones Brimstone in front of him right now. Tastes like campfire, smoked meat, and corn. Bizarre. The Brimstone is my least favorite Balcones.
Yeah, it's got a sagebrush smoke thing going.
The smoke in that is different enough that
it tones down, though. The longer it's sat, you need to try it again. But yeah, it's not as sagebrush smoky as first. I will say, just a disclaimer, Scott and I are both supervisors. It's been years since I've written any tickets. So all joking aside, we're supervisors. That means we don't really work for a living, according to the patrolman.
We would have to check on Bandana's art on RR. Art on RR wants to know if we'd add bandanas to our merchandise.
Oh.
They might actually so our t-shirts are done through, on the website, they go through Spreadshirt, and they might actually have a bandana option. I'd have to look and see. That
would be a cool idea right now. It wouldn't have been trendy until 2 days ago.
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, I wouldn't want to bring something and start sell it to make money based on the coronavirus.
Oh, I would say it's more like if you got to wear something around your face, why not make it a dummy? You could put a dummy around your face. We're going to get demonetized. All right, I'm pouring the Glen Scotia Campbelltown. Yeah. The Campbelltown Malts Festival 2018 Glen Scotia Single Malt Scotch Whiskey 2008 Vintage, the Ruby Port Finish. I do like port finishes.
Graham Fraser's asking about me tuning in to the Tomatin Lockdown Virtual Festival yesterday. That was, I think it was 4.5 hours long. It ended up, and I did watch quite a bit of it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
That's long.
Now I know Scott Adamson and Roy kind of started off. Scott Adamson left. He was bringing in other reps and stuff from other distilleries. They had Ben Rioch. I mean, just there was a whole host of other distilleries that came in. But then towards the end, Scott Adamson came back in, joined Roy, and they got to talking about the Tomatin PX distillery release.
Woo!
And
Woo!
Yeah, how that's doing. So
good one.
That is a good one.
That one's driving people to the tour, baby.
Bart's got a test one here that he's T and Ian. We'll let you know how that turns out, Ben.
I just read it. I read it all the way. I was like, what am I doing? And then I had to
in that banana hammock.
Yeah, I got down to hammock and I was like, what? I was like, ooh, banana hammock. So far, it's a little small. Scott would have said something, but he didn't want to get demonetized.
Yeah. Now, if you missed out at the first of the show, I was talking to Rob over Whiskey in the Six. Him and Jeremy, Sipper Social Club, had done a live, and it was an adult live stream. And after they got done, Rob got a notification from YouTube that because of the swearing that was in it, they could not monetize it. So, which we've always been pretty good about anyway. We try to keep we always said, if you're watching us and your kid passes you in the background,
no problem unless you caught us on a surprising day.
Yeah.
Or we've got a lot of fans that will listen in their vehicle. So they're not watching, they're listening, and then it's playing over the radio. And so
we do have, if anybody's due to the times, really, our merchandise sales have kind of taken a hit. The best thing you can do really is go to our website. If you want to support us and you buy one of our challenge coins, these things are really about the best thing that really helps support the channel. They're $10. This is our 5th edition. There's 850 of them. My favorite one so far, we got what we call the stamp of approval on the back. And we always get asked, people watching in kind of tuning for they're new, and they'll be like, what's the deal with the coins and you put them on your glass?
Yeah.
It really helps concentrate the aromas and helps capture the nose of a whiskey.
And I will tell you as well, we've left stuff down here when we're filming and we don't want to finish off the last part.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a coin on it. And if I do, it doesn't evaporate as fast and it'll still be there if I even come down the next day. I've forgotten and come down, and what do they call it when it's all evaporated, but it's got this unbelievable smell because you've left, and there's almost like a little, it's not quite a chunk of whiskey, but it's like a dried portion of it at the bottom.
I don't know what they call that, but yeah. You can actually get Phil and Deepa. It's they changed the name of their channel. I think it's Whiskey Mystery now. Yep. Oh, there's speaking of them, there's their comment right there. Whiskey Mystery. That's Phil and Deepa. They have a habit. They'll pour whiskey in a glass, drink it, or pour it out. Then they let it dry.
Yeah.
And then when they do the review, they've got a glass with the whiskey in it, and then the dried glass to smell for nosing notes.
Yeah, there's a name for that. I can't remember what it's called, because there's some mornings, like the morning after, I'll have an old peat glass and I've actually picked them up to wash them before, and I'll pick up the nose and I just get stuck nosing it, and I love it.
One of the best that I've had, it was an iron root. There was an iron root that had just left and dried that little puddle in there. And that next day, I was like, woo, smell that.
A small puddle in the Scotch glass from the night before. Exactly. Jesse's got it. Well, not the name, but it's an unbelievable smell. Ooh, there. Leo's got it. Highlight Leo. Font du Verre. I've heard somebody say it. Wasn't that the gal that owned the restaurant? Didn't she say that was the name of it? She owned the Scotch whiskey bar in Nebraska. I think she called it. Yep, I think Monique said it was a Font du Verre. Coin down. Going for backup coin. Another one.
I'm gonna pour. I got a little bit of the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, the charcoal in a honey pot, which was a Glen Scotia 7-year-old at 59.2. I'm gonna pour a little bit of that because you got the bottle of that. I got the 4-ounce sample of that one.
Nice.
So
Juliet Miranda is in. Happy Sunday, boys. She's gonna get highlighted. Woohoo!
Juliet's got her own YouTube channel and show. Go check it out when you get the chance.
Matter of fact, I've got in order so my mic doesn't make a lot of noise. One of the things I also have on my bar at all times, baby. Boom! Look at that. Serves multiple purposes. So beautiful. Don Nishida, aloha, dummies.
Aloha, Don.
That aloha means he's from Montana.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Brad Buchan. Definitely a dried out glass sniffer.
Oh, I love it. It's one of the curious things of what we all here love to do. Love it.
I was just looking to see if any of my empties here has a good glass hole in it.
Oh yeah. Hold on. 8 says Bart is too subdued when separated. There you go. If Scott's not next to me where I can elbow him and edge in on his screen.
Well, you know what happens though too a lot of times with some of our lives, if we're together at your place, we've already filmed 3 or 4 or 5 reviews.
True.
Art can be a little looser by the time we go live.
You think not 5? We don't do 5 reviews.
That's kind of a funny story. What happened was when we first started doing reviews almost 7 years ago, we would get together, we'd shoot a review. We'd get together, we'd shoot a review. We said, if we're getting together, we might as well shoot 2 reviews and have one in the queue.
Yes.
So we did that a couple of times. Then we said, if we're getting together, we might as well shoot more.
Try 3, 4.
So we did 8. That was a mistake.
Turned out I spent a while there that time. Nobody left. Nobody went anywhere for a while.
We've never done 8 since.
Yep, that was a learning moment. That was a rookie error. And we were pouring a lot heavier in our younger days too. Now we pour fairly light. We pour fairly light.
We probably do a ½ ounce, maybe a 3/4 of an ounce pour when we're testing. Graham Fraser says, "I love in my STD coin and tea, guys. Can't wait to show them around Scotland once lockdown is over."
Woo! Love it. Hang it in your window.
We were actually, I was going to post on April 1st, that we had received a lot of backlash from our initials being the STDs and the Scotch Test Dummies. So we were going to change our name to the Whiskey Tasting Fellows to fix that.
Scott's always loved that. He loves the WTF.
We just talked about it. That was a long time ago. Using that. I think we talked about when we started doing bourbon reviews that maybe, or I brought that up. I was like, maybe we should be the Whiskey Tasting Fellows when we do bourbon. But
it's confusing.
Jason Coates, I approve of this change.
There you go.
STD is pretty, it can be
right. Uncle Nate
very offensive.
Says Bart nurses 1 pour for a weekend. I don't know. I'm all right there.
Using your coin. If you got it left over, you put the coin in.
Yes.
Save it till the next day.
That's right.
Whiskey One says, "What could go wrong with the name change?" Easy Gaming said he's got Brat, but he means Bart is the top, Scott is the bottom. That's a big negative.
Whatever way I want it.
Spencer Mav, I like WTF better than the STDs. Careful what you promise or suggest.
Wow, Guy says, Bart, you are like the guys at Emporia State switching to online classes. Laugh out loud.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
If I was in college again, that's what I would do. I would sign up for as many online classes as I could.
I don't know. I need to try a couple out. Depending on the professor, I actually enjoy lecture. I've had a few professors where as long as you've done the reading, which is actually the hard part, the lecture can be phenomenal. But those were most of my history courses. I loved lecture in history. That sounds terrible, but that's me. I love history. So
Jason Coates has gotten in trouble telling people he's tasted stuff at an STD gathering.
Oh, that would be cringeworthy, I'm sure.
See Joe and or Josh tuning in from Durbin's Bourbon. No STD all the way.
Yay! Let's see. Easy Gaming. What you guys did prior to retirement. We are yet to retire. Although I can tell you way back, Machine, we were both in the Army. So, but that tells you that he's a young fella, thinks we look old. What'd you guys do before retirement? Oh my God. Not done yet. Not done yet. He's like, you guys got to be at least 40. Yep. At least.
That SMWS Glen Scotia is pretty good. Neat at 59%. I'm going to even add a splash of water to that bad boy.
Raster says, I'm a fan of STDs. And then he has an ellipsis. Wait, no. Oh, let's see.
Hopefully everybody
It's Joe tonight from Durbin's Bourbon.
What everybody mentioned, what heels have you slayed? I went through a few that I had. The Hazelburn 13 during this lockdown's been slayed. Powers 3 Swallow. I threw a couple out before I realized I should be saving them. Dickel 13-year bottled in bond. And of course, your wife helped with this one, Redbreast Lustau.
Now, why are you saving them again, though? Normally you recycle.
Well, yeah, I had 2 or 3, and I heel slayed them, and then I just tossed the bottles in the recycler.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I should be maybe I do a post or just like this in a video mention how many bottles or what have you slayed.
Got it. You can.
I can't even remember what the other 2 or 3 were that I tossed out that I finally got rid of.
You could go to the wheelie bin.
Chris Beaton slayed a Blanton's Gold just now.
Oh yeah, there you go. Jason Coates says recycling centers closed due to the vid. I added the vid. He said virus. So I guess I'm saving my empties now too.
Well, Bob Jones says, wow, you drink a lot. Well, no, these are bottles that just had a heel slaying is something that's just got like 2 or 3 ounces left in it. So you just, instead of keeping the bottle, drink it, get rid of it.
I did have a guy over here, I think it was on the board game side, and he saw the whiskey wall, and he was like, man, are you an alcoholic? And I did tell him if I was an alcoholic, there would be no whiskey on that wall. And then he was like, oh, good point.
Yep. Zach Andrews says he had 7 SMWS bottles show up in the last week. None down, but 7 up.
Wow. He jumped on that free.
He took advantage of that free shipping, didn't he?
That's a good time, man. I was eyeballing it, but I got busy and I missed it. April came around too fast.
Scotty Harrison's taking care of a Glenlivet 15, McAllen 12, and the Buffalo Trace. Aaron Stack did a slate a liter of Johnny Blue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Add in old Whiskey One. Whiskey One said exactly. Yeah, not that one. The Whiskey One about alcoholics don't have collection.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Willis has killed off a Stranahan's and an Ardbeg. Ron's Wood Turning Shop at Teeling. Maker's Mark 46 of what Wild Turkey 101. Or yeah, that's it. And just to be correcting, it's a Maker's 46.
Ooh.
I'm sure he knows that.
He does. I've got the peated Balcones single malt. That's in the glass now. All right, now I can't see the number of eyeballs. How many eyeballs we got at 45 minutes?
116.
Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad. Free shipping, says Zach. If SMWS could get the shipping down a bit, that would be very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, it would. And I talked to Ben, and he said, "Man, they were busy. They had almost sold out of their complete inventory those last couple of weeks of March when they announced that." And I think that would be a sign.
Yeah, now I don't know if they could still do the free, but man, there's a couple other places that
you could do single cask nations, $10 flat shipping. Hell,
that's crazy though. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they do that.
Graham Young, he's killed off a Wild Turkey 101, Abelauer 18, Glenmorangie 10, and a Connemara. I bet that Connemara took a long time to finish off.
Yeah. That's Gouda cheese wrapped in plastic, thrown in a fire. No, that's not that one. That's the hair on fire.
That was the Swiss. That was the Swiss one, but the Connemara wasn't too far off from that. That was the Connemara peated. So. Just looking back through here. Durbin's Bourbon just finished a Wild Turkey 101 as well. That's that's at least the third person that's killed off a 101.
Their 101 is so good.
Here we go. There's a Compass Box Delilah's 25th. That's a good one. Elijah Craig 12 year and a Glengoyne 15.
Wow.
Mark's got that. He ain't lowballing it.
Oh, he ain't playing around. I got my Elijah Craig 12 year back there. I keep nursing it. It's a big old handle size, and I don't want to hit it because I like it so much.
The half gallon, yeah.
Comparison, my single batch comparison or small batch comparison bottle. I like to compare that to their new small batch, just to see what 12 years does.
Hold on.
Graham Young, Canadian. Cheers and help keep Kansas safe and distanced.
Did you finish? You had that over there, Bart, the black box whiskey. Did you finish that off?
Hold on. Let me check. Let me see. Oh, my. Not yet. It stays sealed in there, baby. That baby's good for a long time.
Yeah, Raster. I think pretty much nationwide liquor stores have been deemed essential businesses.
Smart.
Staying open, which I have to chuckle at. I really do.
It's essential, baby.
I mean, I'm all for it, but
cowbell.
Where? Ooh. Thank you, Graham Young. Cheers and help keep Kansas safe and distanced. Yep.
Speaking of, and she never watches this channel, so I'm safe. It turns out Hobby Lobby is no longer considered an essential business.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. My mom, 77, in the danger zone clearly. She even had a birthday during this deal. We got her gifts. We got her helium balloons. We got a bag. We put it on the porch. We rung the doorbell. We backed up probably 15 feet. We sang happy birthday at a distance. We chatted. We went home. My stepdad, who's great, he'd said, "Hey, I'm bored. I know you got a problem with one of those tractor tires on your lawnmower. Drop it off at the outside, and then I'll get it, fix it, and put it back outside, and you can get it. So we're doing all the social distancing. I go over to get it, go over to pick it up. I pick it up. He throws in a couple of these coloring books or something for the boys, knowing they're at home. I notice Mom hasn't come out. I go, what, is she sleeping in? It's like 9 a.m. He goes, This is about a week ago. He goes, she went to Hobby Lobby. I almost cursed, and I don't curse in front of the stepdad. I basically said, you got to be me. I just said, you're kidding me. And he goes, well, she has a hard time staying home. I go, she's going to have a hard time staying alive going to Hobby Lobby. That's like germ central. You know how many knickknacks are in there? I was going crazy. I was like, what the hell? I can't clean that place. They got so many little things on this shelf, things on that shelf. And I texted her. Oh, I had to delete the first text because it sounded like she was 12 and I was her parent. So I deleted that one. Oh, Zach Andrews.
That's the way it goes sometimes. You become a parent, I think.
I ended up sending her a much nicer.
In honor of those doctors and nurses on the front lines, in honor of my wife and Graham Young.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Perfect.
Now I'll tell you what, with our Dalmore tasting Friday night, they're sending a swag gift package, which I think is you'll have if you make a minimum of either a $10 or a $20 donation, you'll get registered for the swag kit. I don't know what's in it yet. We'll find out. So
good. Long story short, I just said, yikes, not sure that's an essential business. And then she called, and I did some shaming, and I called all the siblings who also did some subtle shaming. And I told her, I'm already shopping for you. Please don't go to Hobby Lobby. So that stopped. So, but yeah, that was surprising. Oh, medical workers these days are honest to God heroes. You bet, Master.
Well, and that's what, we had already joined Chad and Sarah with the donations. Every time we have a drink at home, we're putting $1 in the tip jar. It's going to the Bartenders Guild Association. Is that right? USBGA?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. And a couple other things that have been going for that same drive, and we thought, we need something a little bit different. Sure. So we came up with American Nurses Association. So that'll be our fundraiser this upcoming Friday night, along with the Dalmore virtual tasting. So we'll probably have a couple items. Maybe we auction off as well, try to raise some money. So,
yep, maybe a coin set.
Could be.
That'd be good. Mm-hmm.
Dennis Pollock. Haven't seen you tune in before, Dennis. Government-run liquor stores here explain in the press that stores will remain open because shutting them down would cause additional strain on healthcare because of those with dependency, like us.
I don't know. I think if you are cooped up at home, you should be able to have a beer, have a dram, glass of wine. I think that would be fine.
We are, and by we, I mean I think there's probably a lot of people that's tuning in as well. I haven't had to make a rush to the liquor store, fearing a 2-week or a 1-month shutdown. Well, I've got plenty here, Bart. You've got plenty. I'm sure there's probably plenty of people watching that wouldn't feel like they were going to have to rush out to the liquor store if they were shut down, to have to stock up.
Right. I have been to the grocery store several times. How about you?
Yeah.
There was a guy that came in. I was over because we were about out of butter, so I was getting butter. Guy comes in, looks like a trucker type guy, tough. I think he was nervous as heck, cleaning up the language here, because he's acting like overly tough or something. Then he dropped something on the floor and he looked at me and I said, I think the 5-second rule still applies. I mean, it was like, I think it was like a half gallon of milk or something in a waxed carton. I'm like, you can pick that up, man. That's not going to get you. So, but yeah, he was way over on, like, he's singing and acting. I was like, you're going overboard, man. Now I know you're nervous. I counted my bottles, says Don Nishida. I have enough for the next 5 years. I'm with you, Don.
Easy Gaming says we skipped a super chat. I don't think so. I think we got them all, haven't we?
I thought we maybe missed one.
Oh, no, we did. We missed Mark Brown.
Yeah.
That scrolled through there quick. Sorry about that, Mark. Black box kill. He's $5 for you to kill the black box.
Sorry. I'd have to fill it down the drain.
You got to do a shot.
Oh, my God. I'll do a shot.
Here, just a second. Let me zoom in on you here, too.
Yeah, hold on. We'll give it a nice glass.
The thing is, though, that is only 40%. You're not really overdoing it.
Look at that. It's got a little push button thing on it. That keeps everything fresh. That's bonus. So we got black box whiskey here. Wow. That's way more than I planned on drinking. It comes out of the spout a little quicker than you think. So I won't be drinking all of that now.
I remember when I poured it all over your counter, all over the bar there when we were shooting, remember?
Oh, it was like you lost control of your urethra. All right, I'll try a little bit, and then that one's going to get a coin on it because you can't pour it back in with that spout.
So this shot's going out to Easy Gaming for pointing out that we missed Mark Brown's super chat. There it goes. There it goes. Chug. The roof is on fire.
Yeah.
Now, there's a hint of whiskey in there.
There's a hint. It's not that bad. It's more tasteless than anything, but I had too much. Ugh. That's weird. All it has is a touch of char. Yeah.
Raster points out I poured a bottle down the drain. That was the Knob Creek Smoked Maple Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, which I didn't know anything about. It was on a clearance rack. I picked it up. It was Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Knob Creek, and I think it was $20 or something.
With a bunch of sugar liqueur poured into it.
Got home and tried that baby, and I was like, oh, my God, what did I just do?
Oh, my God.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Zach says, finish it.
Yeah.
And then there was another one.
And a Don de Hinojosa.
Wow. Is that Booker's Rye still around in your collection?
De Hinojosa. Is that Booker's Rye still around in your collection? No, but I do have the empty bottle.
Look at that. That's
I have the empty bottle in the box. That was a very nice bottle. And honestly, for a while, that thing was running $800, $900 on the secondary. I really considered getting another one. They come to snuff the rooster. Oh, yeah.
All right. It's not horrible, but the finish, the aftertaste is just like dried old.
They've come to.
Not quite done yet, Durbin's bourbon. It's still got that. I don't know what I was doing. It turns out that little spout kicks it out a lot quicker than I would have liked. I'll go back and finish it if one more of you drop in a super chat. Oh, watch out. See, that makes that peated balcone so much better. Wow.
That could be the black box, could be the immunity to the Rona.
Ooh, yeah. They're going to sell out all over the land. This land of ours. You're now immune to the Rona. See, Rona's it. Rona's the winner. You can't be you're not immune to the vid. It's the Rona. Ooh. Goodness.
See, Telex is tuning in. I think I saw him a little bit ago, but haven't called him out yet. How you doing, Telex?
He ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna die.
You snuff the rooster.
Gots to know.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Kill it. Kill it.
Uh-oh. All right. Dang it. That's still a lot.
You threw that over your shoulder. I saw it. You'll get the White Walker. Finish that thing off.
No. Ooh. God, that's going to do me some damage there. Fatality is right. Wow.
Whiskey Whiffer wants to know if Cask 6 coins are coming out soon. We still got a few of the Cask 5s left yet, but we'll probably, before long, we'll be working on the design of Cask 6. So,
yeah, I've got an idea on that one still.
Roger.
Yeah. We actually think there's so many coins out there, but we'll see. I know people like the sets.
Oh, Chris Beaton. Oddly, let's see. Oddly enough, the anniversary of Lane Staley's death, the singer of Alice in Chains.
Ooh. All right, now
that's the they've come to snuff the rooster song. What's the name of it? Is it just Rooster? Is that the name of that one? Great song.
You're a scholar and a U-boat captain, Bart, says Chad Adams. Buses Lowe's.
Well, it's up to you. We are at the hour mark where we generally go, but I know with some people have been going longer. If you want to tune in, Bart, I mean, you want to keep going? You want to shut her down?
We can go just a little bit longer. I can hear the kids upstairs. They should be in. Then I'll probably spend some time with my lovely wife.
Let me finish Glen Scotia here and then contemplate. Let me get some ideas of what my next dram should be from people watching.
The peated is definitely, the peated Balcones makes up for what I did on that black box over pour. Ron's wood turning shop says go longer. We'll go a little bit longer.
Graham Fraser, hope this lockdown finishes soon, guys. He's planning a Bourbon Trail visit from Scotland in the autumn. Yeah, I mean, it's I'll tell you, it's definitely, well, I figured mid-April, I think we'll have a better idea here anyway where we're at. May I would say for sure May we'll have a better idea of.
Well, we're hoping for the heat. When the heat comes in, we're hoping that's going to really kill everything off here as far as the virus. When is Cousin Shane coming back? You know, Cousin Shane's always around. We need to have him in, though.
Actually, I just met him today and took some pictures of, he's got a boy, Lance, who's a senior this year. And, of course, everything's been canceled. And they wanted to take some senior pictures. And I met him. And, of course, I got a camera. And
yeah. Oh, you're good with that. That's a whole other
thing. A little bit of photography once in a while. So we took some senior pictures of Lancer today.
Scott has a lot of skills. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that is weird. They missed out on senior prom and everything. Scott, what happens when Bart has too much? Tell us. Yeah, what is that like?
Bart just shuts down. He's done. He'll be like, I'm out, done. He's gone. You're like, Bart, are you there?
That's what's funny. I'm Mr. Talkative. If anything, I talk too much. You give me too much, though, and I just sit on the couch and go all quiet.
Yep, that's what happens.
It's terrible. Yeah, or it's just I'm not a good nighttime drinker, to be quite honest with you. I don't drink a lot at night, usually past 8, and I'm pretty much after 8, darn near a teetotaler. So, yeah, I never needed liquor to be chatty. If anything, it, like I said, it shuts me down.
Well, let's see. I like Telex's suggestion of a Bunnahabhain or a older Kalila. All I've got is Kalila 12, but I do have some. I will finish this out with a Bunnahabhain. And let me grab. I'm going to grab my 30-year-old Bunnahaven Marsala cask.
Ooh, nothing like swallowing the Balcones peat wrong. Holy moly. That was coming out the nose. Ooh. Boy, that'll get you.
LX wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm just going to grab another glass for that one and finish off the Glen Scotia.
All I can tell you is if I had some of the Rona in the back of my sinuses, it's gone now. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, everything's reversed with the camera. You got to get used to rotating it the other way.
Yep.
Oh, Nishida. Big old comment in there.
This was I bought for my 50th birthday. My 50th birthday was February 9th. And I thought this would be a good bottle to enjoy for my 50th birthday. Bunnahaven 30-year. It is cask strength, which was a little low, 47.4%. I would like it to be a little bit higher than that. Still beautiful. It's a nice whiskey. 30 years, couple-year Marsala finish, and it's very nice.
Now, if you can work back up to Don's comment there. Woo-hoo! I didn't have a chance to read it. The scroll was kicking in, so I couldn't quite. There we go. How times have changed. In the past, if someone walked into a business wearing a mask, everyone would instantly be on their toes. Now, if you walk in without a mask, everyone gives you the eye. Exactly. I do wonder how that will affect us in our line of work. Because you're right. Even during Halloween, the liquor stores will have signs that says no masks inside the store. So, couch time for Bart, says Kenny Mule. Yep. If I put down too many, I'm just sitting on the couch.
Vesper Tiger says, what? The Buna 18 isn't good enough for you, Scott? That's right. I got to go with a 30-year Marsala.
I like Raster's comment. Maybe we should toast. We're all still alive. Yeehaw. Not a bad toast. Bling.
Bling. Little push here. And of course, we're not on the take or getting paid by Bunnahaven, but this has become one of my favorite distilleries. I just love what they're doing, what they're putting out. If you haven't tried Bunnahaven, just start with the Bunnahaven 12 and go from there. But
it's very good. Very, very good. I said we go another 5 minutes and then we call it, brother. How many eyeballs we got?
95.
All right. We've lost a few as it gets later. If Bart walks in with a mask or without a mask, oops, it rolled on me.
Ooh.
Everyone looks, man, that guy is tall. That is true. That is true, Raster.
Well, Nathan Clark, he says the 28-year-old Alexander Murray was magic. If you're talking about the 28-year Bunnahaven cask strength sherried cask, I've got that one. 1988 distillation, which is when I graduated high school. That is a good one. Wow. That was a great buy.
Candied black walnuts and raspberry jam. Yeah, Scott and I both graduated in 88. My school slogan was pretty unique. 88's great. That's all they could come up with.
Chris Beaton's commenting to George Kaplan. I hadn't seen George tuning in. Is he here?
Oh, GCap.
George and Amy. Used to just be Amy's husband. Now he's known as GCap.
GCap. We like to call him Amy's husband. Toilet paper, pasta, beer, and bourbon COVID-19 must-haves. Yes, Cleveland. What's Teller saying?
He's got a great comment here. The same here. I personally think Bunnahaven wasn't in Isla. They would actually get a lot more press for being a great non-peated distillery. Agree? Probably. Yeah. I don't know if that's it or not, if it's just people haven't caught on yet. I mean, sometimes it's just a slow roll. But
it is interesting though. So, of course, Isla is known for the famous Isla Pete,
oh yeah.
and Bunnahabhain does it different.
Well, I mean, they do some peated stuff as well.
But that's the
The
exception.
fact is, I don't have any. Well, I've got a small bottle from the distillery of the Moynier PX, which was part of the Warehouse 9 tasting when we were there. But I've got Bunnahabhain 12. I've got Bunnahabhain 18. I've got this 30-year. I've got Apollo Cortado cask. I've got a 13-year Marsala and a distillery Amontillado. None of them peated. I like Bunnahabhain's unpeated.
Right. And you've got I think your best photo from the trip is your shot from the pier of Bunnahabhain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Love that shot. I look over, Scott's laying down on the pier, and I know he's taking a shot, but he looks like he's a sniper or something. I was like, what is he doing? And then he's shooting back into the distillery. And of course, he got the Bunnahabhain name and just really got it framed up nice. It's a good pick.
I could see if I could find it real quick. I would show it. It's on if you go find my Bunnahabhain 30-year Marsala review. I used it for the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a big ballard, big ballard that a ship would use to tie up to if they came into the dock.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you, though, Roy gifted us that bottle from Bunnahabhain, the Faygiel 2018 festival that was a Oloroso Moynier, wasn't it? You've got it over there. Was it Oloroso Moynier?
Well, I think so.
I think it was. Yeah. And it's heavily peated. The Moynier being, I think, is their heavily peated designation.
Not as well organized as your bar.
Dram Dude, and I actually ordered that from the Netherlands. This is from Whiskey Site NL. It was really reasonable for a 30-year. They're not shipping, I know, to the States anyway. I don't know where else or as far as shipping, what's been shut down. They
are a great site. Hopefully that gets returned to normal.
Yeah, Whiskey Site .nl is they have great prices, reasonable shipping.
Mm-hmm. Mark P, how many distilleries in Scotland? I don't even know now. They've been adding so many, really.
Yeah.
Heck, I think there was it four new ones or 2 new ones coming into Isla alone. Port Ellen's opening back up, and I think there
Ardnahoe.
Yep. And wasn't there one more? Maybe it was just those 2.
I don't remember.
Someone in the comments will know. But yeah, there's distilleries. I mean, everything's hopping right now. And quite honestly, I think the market can bear it. So there'll be a slowdown sooner or later, but I don't know when.
You guys always, undercover judger, you guys always explain what whiskey is great, but you never talk about the really bad whiskey.
You know what? Well, I've got 2 opinions here. The first is really that quality control has gotten so good that I can't say, I mean, Scott's had a couple that out of 100 scale, he scored around 10. But generally whiskey, I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's not adulterated. It's hitting a level that kind of what hits, I agree with Scott's scale. When it hits an 85-ish, that's kind of like where it starts, because I've never had something that is just turpentine or something. And what's really cool is when I hit something that's awesome, and then it does stand head and shoulders above. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Scott? That's my one.
Well, to me, there's enough good whiskey to talk about. Now, I've had the couple really, really outside. White Walker was really a big disappointment to me, coming from one of the big boys, Johnny Walker, and a Game of Thrones edition. Years ago, the Connemara peated did not hit my palate. I don't like that at all. I've had a couple of craft distilleries. To me, I think There's so many craft distilleries that are coming in.
Yeah.
They're pushing stuff out now before it's ready. They're not using good components. We've learned you've got to have good grains. You've got to have good wood to make good whiskey. If you've got good wood but not good grains, it's not going to be good whiskey.
Right.
If you've got good grains but not good wood, it's not going to be good whiskey. You've got to really cultivate from grain to glass per se. And there's a lot of distilleries. They're new, they're starting up, and they're not doing that. And they think they can just distill stuff, age it for 2 or 3 years and 6 months, push it out, and it's not good. They need better quality control.
And if it comes with a push button dispenser, you're probably not looking at a real great whiskey. But we knew that one coming in. So, yeah, I would tell you my excitement level is with American single malt distillers. There's some beauty going on there. There's a lot of American distillers coming in selling bourbon. And some are doing great. I think some are like what Scott says, are putting out a little early. So it's not necessarily bad. Matter of fact, Texas does a great job. It gets so hot in Texas, they can't age it that long. And they can put stuff out after 2 years and it tastes like it's been in for 10. But the craft distilleries, I think, to me, that's exciting all the way around. And I wish, just my wish, is that more craft distilleries would send us like media samples in order to review what they've got coming. I mean, we've had Del Bach. That was unbelievable. Iron Root, unbelievable.
I don't want media samples, though. You can't judge. You really can't. I suppose you can judge it. Maybe you get a first impression from a sample, but.
Well, samples are like Foregate. There's some of the Foregate, I get media samples from them. There's some Foregates I've liked and some that I haven't. And to me, I really like seeing what they're doing, especially if they're being adventurous or if they're stretching a little bit. I'm looking at this point, I don't want just, heck, we're putting out a good bourbon. I know exactly where I can go to get a good bourbon. Now, that doesn't mean some of these small guys can't put out a great bourbon. I love Garrison Brothers. I think what they're doing is unbelievably good. But I believe that's not a bourbon. That's a single malt, if I remember right.
Which one? Which one?
The Garrison. Hold on. Let me go look.
That's a bourbon. Your single cask Garrison Brothers, that's a bourbon.
And I'm talking about my silver. Sorry.
I think that's a bourbon, too.
I know. Let me look. I can't remember. I'm doing so many singles. Yep. Okay. There's silver top. That's bourbon. So that's an unbelievable bourbon. And you're going to say, well, that can be 125 to 150 bucks. It's pretty darn pricey. You can get their, what I call their black top. That's $79.95. And that is, we'll have a review on this soon. It's still fabulous. It's expensive, but it is good. So there's a lot of good stuff coming around. That's what excites me is I don't mean just media samples as this, which is something you poured. I actually mean like, I guess Foregate does send me little 4 ounces, but I mean, when I picked this up in Denver, thanks to Whiskey Donger, let me know it was there. And then my mom coming up from Texas actually said, what do you want? I said, more Garrison Brothers. She got me the black top. That's what gets me excited right now. So, and that's saying something for me, because I would say I lean toward Scotland. I love what Scotland's doing, both Islay, of course, and Scotland, mainland. But what's gotten me really excited is a lot of these bourbons and American single malts coming out. Enough said.
Kenny Mule thinks the black box kicked your arse.
Thank you.
And Eric Evanson talking about Cousin Shane. We need to get Cousin Shane back for a show. Been a while since we had him on. I just met with him earlier today, so he's doing good. He's retired. He was with the police department with us. He became a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and he had his 20 years on and ventured out to take on something different. So good luck to Shane. If anybody wants to invest money with Cousin Shane, just look him up in Wichita.
His online persona is not the exact same as his business persona. So, but
when will the Ardbeg Wee Beastie make it here? We don't know.
I hope at some point we do know. I hope we're big enough where they're like, "Hey, boys,
the sooner the better."
Yeah, we're sending you a couple bottles, and this will be available in June. Well, thank you. And then not only can we taste it and say what we think, we can tell you when it would be here, but we are definitely not at that level. I would love to be, but not yet. And I will be honest with you, if they come out with something they haven't come out with something I don't like, but they've come out with things that I think are awesome and things that are okay. So I've got a buddy of mine in the board game field that's got an Ardbeg tattoo. It seems a bit far for me, but okay. So,
what tattoo do you have?
None, baby. I'm clean. I'm a clean canvas. Unlike you dirty, sullied canvas. You.
Shane, the investment singer. Where'd it go? I got to find it. There we go. Shane, the investment singer.
Perfect.
And does Cousin Shane sing to potential clients?
He should.
I've even thought about just bringing him in on these Sunday night lives once in a while. I need to check with him and just see, or get him maybe set up with a webcam and a good. I mean, he could join us via his mobile phone, which wouldn't be that great,
Once the social distancing is over, we need to bring him over for a Sunday live. We'll all convene at my house or yours, and we'll just have at it.
Yeah.
I mean, come July, we should be out of this social distancing thing, hopefully. We'll do the 12 hours of Boom, and him and Penny will be available. Shakes, as we call
Shakes Pennington. You bet.
Yep. Wow. There's a yawn. Time to go, brother. I believe the
Scotty Harrison thinks the same. Whiskey's out. I'm out. Enjoy.
The black box is getting to you. All right, call it, brother.
Well, thanks to everybody that tuned in again. This Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be live on our channel with a virtual Dalmore tasting, going through several different offerings from them, along with their reps. We will do a fundraiser for the American Nurses Association, the ANA, helping them out in this critical time.
Very good.
Friday at 5, we're joining Scott Adamson on the Tomatin channel. Just a little catch up and a Friday tune in with Tomatin that they've been doing since the working from home lockdown situation has all happened.
Yep, we'll call it a double shot Friday.
Yep. And really, that's about it, I think. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Good times.
Boona 30.
Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
So long, you dummies.
Boom. Now he's got to reach over there, and he's got to hit the kill button, and then there'll be a little